Saying, this is the world that I first made on Minecraft Pocket Edition many years ago. The house it's not pretty, but you get to think it was also a child. This was my bathroom, so you come in through this door, grab your bone meal, and then you would go in here. This is where you take your bath. And back then you couldn't. There was no sea grass, so you use your bone meal to bathe with, basically. um, my 3 little doggies, all the food that I've got. Can I? Yeah, I can't raise this up because it's an imported world. My food chest, my miscellaneous chest. This should be my bow and arrow chest. This was my wood chest. Did I have anything going in here? I did not. Over here we had just kind of miscellaneous stuff, eggs and beds. These were supposed to be full of diamonds and gold. I guess they didn't transfer over. That's sad. But we got the second floor, which was my smelting room. So when I had a lot of things I needed to make, I would come in here and just fill these furnaces with stuff. And so this should be... I don't know why it's full of glowstone jack-o'-lanterns and torches, but sure. This is my other food chest. Carrots, beetroots, potatoes, melons, and for some reason, gold armor for some reason. If there's anything in these, probably not. My little bush. We go up to the next floor. I don't actually quite remember what this floor was supposed to be. Oh, this was my water slide room. So this is my little water slide. So you come down and you whee into the pool in the backyard. But yeah, this is kind of what I decided this day's relax and chill is gonna be. Where's this? We had the glass floor. Back for some reason, back when Pocket Edition was first being developed, you couldn't place beds on glass. So to have beds up here, I had to put down dirt and wood and stuff. I think this was the guest bedroom. This was whoever the last person I had play on this world was. This is their stuff. As you can tell, I really liked glowstone because it was hard to come by. Back when Pocket Edition... Almost fell. Back when Pocket Edition was... Well, Pocket Edition before it became Bedrock, the only way to get glowstone or anything was to get what's called a nether reactor core and make a fake nether. And with that fake nether, you were able to fight everything that was in the nether up several tiers, and then at the end, you would kill whatever the big boss was, which I can't remember, and they would just drop a crap ton of stuff that was in the nether that you couldn't get. You'd also get paintings and cactuses and all other kinds of random stuff from there. So, like, the only way you could get netherrack was summoning those towers, which I'll show you one of those towers in a bit. But this was my chest room. You can see I've got all of my valuables in here. All my diamonds, minecart tracks, redstone, gold, which I really liked the old gold texture quite a lot. You can tell I mined a lot of gold. I think I mined, at that point in time, I'd mined every bit of gold there was. I don't remember what this room was. This was another floor. And then we got the top floor. And this, I actually stole this, this style of room from another YouTuber who inspired most of what was built in this world. Obviously, I built it very poorly compared to them. But this is my inspiration room. And what I would do is when I wanted to build something, I would come up here and just look at all the materials I've got. And at the time, these were all of the kind of materials that were available on Pocket Edition. You know, you got pumpkins, dirt, cobblestone, sand, gravel. I think that's quartz, gold, lapis, diamond, coal, netherrack, nether brick, birch trees, fancy quartz. Check something quick. Sorry, one. Sorry about that. Got a notification, but it was just spam. Anyways, so this was the house of my main Pocket Edition world. Like I said, it's not the prettiest, and it's definitely not the best. I enjoyed building it when I did. And then we got my little my floor made of cakes, as I ate most of them. Then back here was my pool, which at the time of this world, when it was first made, my house was at the world edge. So where this pool ended, or no, I think it was right here, where this cobblestone block is, was the world's edge. And you kind of tell that it was the world's edge by looking at how this kind of goes down this way like this. This was the world's edge at the time when I made this world. And when they invented and put in infinite worlds, you could convert your Pocket Edition worlds over to an infinite world. But it kind of messed with your terrain. So all along this way, where the edge of the world is now this slightly raised little dirt mound, I guess. Go inside because it's on survival, and I would rather not have this world get blown up by creepers. Cool. But yeah, this was the pool. This was my little brick fireplace, and you know, I built a little cooking stand. This was going to be a dog kennel, I think, but you know, didn't really finish it, as you can tell. These were my cousin's houses. Oh, here lies Stefan the chicken, who was accidentally killed. This was my cousin's house. And yeah, for this to work, I have storage units over there. We'll go look at that here in a bit. But this was his house. And this is was one of the nether things that I was telling you about. So to get one of these, you'd have to build either nether reactor core. I think it was gold blocks. It was a gold block, nether reactor core, and a redstone torch. It's been forever. They're no longer in the game because nether's obviously in the game now. But you'd basically put that down, light it, and it'd build a tower. So that's more of a complete version of the tower. And you'd climb up it, killing the piglins and pigmen and whatever else was in it. I think it was mainly just zombie pigmen. And once you completed it, it would drop a bunch of stuff for you. This, I actually don't know what this was. You know what this was? This was a yeah, this was my animal pen. So back when bunnies and stuff were first first introduced, I wanted to keep some. I think this was my bunny pen, or it could just be random animals spawned here. But I'm pretty sure this was a bunny pen. Who's it here? Here lies Bob the pig. He loved carrots and potatoes, and he loved netherrack. I miss him. Oh, poor Bob the pig. He did love netherrack. This is my cactus farm. It's a cactus farm, you know, not much else to say about it. This was my other cousin's house. This was his mailbox. My other cousin played more. Also, you could place signs on carpet. I don't know if you still can or not, actually. But yeah, this was his roof. He also had one of these on the top of his house. And the reason they're on top of their house is because I was a kind of a jerk and put them there because I thought they were cool. But again, it wasn't my house, so I just kind of did it anyways. Oh, that's cool. I'll check that out later. This was the little minecart track. Actually, should have a minecart around here somewhere. Back when this was made, you didn't need to power rails. They were automatically powered by themselves. That's why you see no torches or anything on these rails, because they didn't need it. Actually, I think a creeper may got blown up at one point in time breaking this track. But what we'll do is we'll follow the track and kind of just go around and go until we get to over there, because there are some things around the world that is pretty cool. I actually don't remember what this is. Was this supposed to be? Was this? Oh, this was a chicken farm. So this was a chicken farm. Yeah. We had a little wheat farm over here. That is really cool, actually. I'll check that out later. But yeah, you can see again where the world's edge was. The world ended right here. I remember having only limited number of things you could do. And I made this seed, or I made this world specifically my main world, was because when I had originally started playing Minecraft, we'll come up here in a second, you can kind of see it in the distance, that used to be a huge cavernous cave thing. That was not the way it looks now. I don't know what happened, but one of the versions of Pocket Edition Minecraft, when it got updated, I think messed with the seed and kind of broke it a little bit. I think that was when the world was first order was increased. I think. It's been so long now. I got a little melon farm. My little melon and pumpkin farms over here. And this originally went around the entirety of the world, so this kind of followed the order that was the world at the time. Check the little bits in a minute. I like teasing and showing the little bits here and there first. Yeah, this little minecart would kind of go all the way around the world. There's just kind of a way to see everything and how everything just kind of was, you know? Because the original plan was to make a full tour of, kind of have minecarts going here and there. We can switch the tracks through and see everything. Was this my fighting arena? I think this was a fighting arena. I think the whole purpose of this was it was like a boxing arena. No, it's just a pyramid of gold. Nothing in the chests. Bit of gold. No wonder I don't remember what it was. I mean, if you guys remember, I really liked gold at the time. I just really liked the texture of it. So you can see how the world generation was kind of messed up here. Now this could have been from me importing it, but I'm pretty sure that when I originally updated the world, because this used to be a huge, like I said, it used to be a huge cave. Again, this was the end of the world. I think what had happened was the cave itself was deleted and changed. And again, this was back when the caves and cliffs update was not a thing, so there was no big massive caves unless you had a seed that had one, So, and while it wasn't a deep cave, it was just huge. And at the time, Minecraft World Generation, especially on Pocket Edition, wasn't the best. It was like a 64 by 64 chunk, I think. Maybe it was a 128 by 128 chunk of world that was 64 blocks deep, and that was all you had. So having a massive, landscape cave like that was really cool at the time. You see, there's these weird, square hole that was because of the world change when it first expanded the first time. Maybe it was the second time. But yeah, there's so this used to be a fully covered cave, and spawn was actually right around this area. So you would spawn in, and you would spawn. There's a chest around here somewhere. spawn chest. That side was where spawn was at. It was up here. I can't remember where I originally spawned at, but I think when I originally spawned, I spawned here and I was looking at the cave. So then what I did was at that time you didn't need to have realms play, you would just land party it. I would have a little, this chest had like stuff for people to get when they first joined with a little welcome sign. And then they'd come over here. And this is my this is my rendition of Stampy's Lovely World. I still watch Stampy a lot. I love Stampy. I love Squid. I love all of them. They were my inspiration for playing Minecraft and for getting into YouTube. So every time Stampy would build something, I would build something, and it was just a very worse version of it, basically. But at the time, for the materials I had, it was perfect. So, this is the Sandman's food shop, and you would come in, and there's just all different kinds of food you could buy. So, you wanted some brown mushrooms, some beetroot, some bread, some sugar, pumpkin pie, all the foods. And then we had a little bathroom back here. I think this is what this was. Hello, villagers. And yeah, you'd come in, and this would be your little tell. And people would come in. I only had like 3 friends. I didn't play with anybody typically. Played with my cousins and that was about it. But you could come in, you could buy food from the shop and have a good time. What was this one? This one was the this is supposed to be the Need to Know Something info center. So you'd come here and our lovely little villager, we're gonna name him, no, Jenny, go stay there. You're supposed to be the information. Well, anyways, you come in and you get information about the world, obviously. I think this was a boxing gym? No, this was the school. I think this was the school. This is also the villager hub. The villagers love it here, apparently. Yeah, the villagers love it here. No, this was the hotel, I think. Is this the hotel? This was either the school or the hotel. I think this was the hotel. Whoa! This is the swimming pool. So yeah, this was the hotel. The villagers love here. I guess there's a hay bed. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, let me out. I think this is the post office? The Diamond Postal Express, yep. This is where you would come in and you would drop your letters off. I don't know where all the chests went. Oh, here they are. So you come in here and you put whatever you want to ship in here, and you put a little sign that says to somebody. And yeah, you would, I don't know how you got up here, and I don't know how you're gonna get down, but you're stuck. But yeah, this is where you would come in and you would put your mail to ship. This I know is the bank. This was my proudest achievement because I made it entirely out of netherrack, or nether brick, excuse me. And big glass windows and fancy quartz thingies. And then somebody broke in. I have my chest full of chests. And then up here is the vault. So each person who visited had a vault. So we had Jacob's bank account, Joshua's bank account. We had my bank account. Apparently I didn't deposit anything in here. Yeah, this is where the, and again, at the time you couldn't put anything on slabs, so all the chests were floating. At least on wooden slabs, because for some reason, yeah. Apparently nobody deposited anything, that all got stolen. It's been a while. But this is where I would like roleplay and just have fun. I think that's supposed to be down here, but that's really funny that it's right there. This is the cake shop. This was supposed to be Stampy's Hot Buns, so Stampy's Cake Shop. You can tell I didn't really like building with planks much at the time. There used to be a minecart there for you to sit down in. Yeah, you'd come in here and you would buy cake and pumpkin pie, and there used to be cookies in here, and this was Stampy's Hot Buns from Stampy's Lovely World. This was the adoption center. Yeah, this was the adoption center, so different pets could be lined up in here, and you could come adopt a pet. Right now we've got a cow because apparently nobody wanted them. I'm sorry, my friend cow. I think this is the storage unit. Yeah, this is the storage unit. So remember those numbers from earlier? This is where everybody who got had a specific storage unit would come and store all their stuff. So, and then there's more in here. So you got storage unit 1077. You can tell I also didn't like lighting at the time either. Can I change it to always day? I don't know if cheats are enabled in this world. Oh, they are set. Cool. Yeah, these are other storage units that could eventually be expanded into the middle. I think this was... No, I don't know whose storage ship this was. 1080. Very weird designs, I know, but like... You know, they were my designs at the time. I think this is the gym? No, Caveman Trading. This is the trading post. So it's kind of like your one-stop shop for anything. Basically, people can come in here and they can trade. You know, if they wanted, they wanted one egg, you know, you give 2 sticks for it, or you know, whatever. This was the trading post, and then up here was the second, the bazaar, the aftermarket market bazaar. So you come up here and you're, love that they're up there like that. But you come back here, and this is where your dark market was, so your aftermarket items, so all your stuff from the nether, basically. Or anything like blocks of emerald or things like that. Having fun with your head in the ceiling, sir. Good. This was the gym. And I think a creeper might have blown up in here. So these were your different levels of punching bags. This was your water resistance, because at one point, water like this counted as flowing water, so you couldn't just swim up quickly with it. It gave you resistance, so this was your resistance training. So you're supposed to go all the way down. Probably not all the way down for this one. And then you're supposed to swim up as fast as you could, which at the time was, you couldn't do this. There was resistance. You had to swim up and just press your up button. I think a creeper did that. Then upstairs, we got your test of strength. So you had your dirt blocks to punch, you had your sand blocks to punch, and you had your cobblestone blocks to punch. Why are there already all these random holes everywhere? I don't know what that's about. Now, this could have been when I transferred the World of Warcraft Pocket Edition to Java. Oh, hello. Oh, Masoner. Cool. This is the cheap clothes shop. Oh, you're not looking good, sir. This is where you could come in and you could buy clothes, aka armor. I think we had gold. I think we only had gold and iron that we had. And then down here was our safe. A lot of the stores I think had these, or were supposed to have these. There's a little safe where you put all your monies for whatchamacallit. This is a church. I built a church at one point in time. That one's the hotel, which I don't think I ever finished this. But this was supposed to have been a hotel. Yeah, I never quite finished it, but this was going to be like the lobby, and then you'd go up, and there'd be different floors for you to sleep in, and then this was the sauna. So you'd come in here and you just relax and enjoy the nice sauna. I thought that looked good at the time. This is the boxing arena. So this here is where, if you ever had a dispute, how the frick do you get in? Door's all the way over there. If you ever had a dispute with anybody, you'd come in here and you'd box it out. No armor, no weapons, just pure fisticuffs. So you'd come in, you'd have, I think, No, there's not one on either side. Huh. Oh, there is one. Yeah, you have one on either side. So contestant 1 would come in, and then contestant 2 would come on this side. And you'd stand out opposite ends of the arena, and then you just charge and start punching each other. And whoever died lost the argument. And so all the torches, if any of you are wondering, lighting was terrible in Pocket Edition. I mean, terrible. So each torch is where I could see. So if you'd move, then you couldn't see. So you had to brighten it up as best you could. And I think... Is that a purple sheep? I think that was supposed to have been like some kind of sheep pen or animal pen or something. I'm not quite sure. This is the Olympic swimming pool. You can tell it's an Olympic swimming pool by how deep it is. But this was like the community Olympic swimming pool. It was another one of the netherrack things at one point, and I mainly used TNT to blow them up at the time if I didn't like them. Or if I had enough netherrack, I would use TNT to blow them. That's why that one's got a bunch of holes in it, and this one's the way that it is. I didn't just mine them straight down. Which is funny that there's a swim pool there when there's a pond right here. So I think this is what this is actually supposed to be. This is supposed to be just a little swimming pond. And I think that's everything that I built in this world. I think that is anyway. What is... I don't have any good maps because maps are different now. I think that's everything that I built in this world. And this world didn't have any fancy name. It was called Cave 2. So I think at one point I tried to make Cave 1, and it was either it didn't work or it was deleted. And unfortunately, speaking of delete, this is not my main or my very first world. My very first world, I was so happy with it. I still remember its layout, everything that was in it, the very first night I played Minecraft, the very first time I played, ever, got deleted by a kid I went to school with. Now, whether he did it on purpose, out of malice, out of jealousy, or on accident, I couldn't tell you. He never admitted anything, never apologized for it. He just deleted the world, and that was that. But I think it was out of jealousy and just mean-spiritedness. But it was called, obviously it was called My World, or Cave 1 or something. I think it was called My World, because it was my very first world. So, you know, My World, my first world. Oh, you got a baby chicken! Oh, you baby chicken. Anyways. My very first time playing Minecraft was on that world, and I had made a house inside of a mountain. And I'd made it multiple floors, I'd made it nice and pretty. I even remember, I think I've told this story before, but it became nighttime. Oop. But I made it, it became nighttime and I saw a zombie, and I thought that it was that Minecraft was a multiplayer game, because I'd seen people online play it with other people. This is supposed to be a path, I'm pretty sure. And so I saw a zombie, and I started trying to get the zombie's attention to come to safety, because I knew that at night it got very dangerous. And so I thought this zombie was a player, because I didn't see them as a zombie, I just saw the outline of what looked like a person. Like, hey, hey! And I didn't want to leave the outside of my house, so I was like, hey, come over here! Get over here! And they never showed up, and I think it was a good thing, because it was a zombie. This goes all the way through. Yeah, so at one point in time, I decided I wanted to make a tunnel that goes straight through that chunk and comes out the other side to see what was, you know, new in the world. I think I'm on peaceful, which is good. Because, you know, new stuff, I wanted to get new items for people, and I wanted to explore. There's a mine shaft down. This might connect to my main mine shaft, which I'll show you guys later, but... Hello? Ah. I think this is just a cave. Yeah, so this is what caves used to look like. If you guys don't remember, this is how Minecraft caves used to be. They were terrible. I'm gonna get so lost, aren't I? So originally, you know, you had to do strip mining to get anything good. So if this connects to where I think it does, we're gonna get lost. And if it doesn't, then we're good. And we won't get lost. But I have a strip mining cave that's in front of my house. And it was so easy to get lost in that thing. Because it was basically just a maze of tunnels that intersected or didn't intersect. And went all kinds of ways. How do I get out of here? This way. Past the mushrooms. Up through here. Up this way. And here we go. Cool. But yeah, it's just basically just a tunnel straight down with branching paths that then intersect and connect and go through different twisting and turning caves and all of the stuff like that. I don't think I ever built anything on this side. I think I mainly just made the world bigger and then explored some. But I don't think I really ever did anything with it. I think I had planned to. Cause like... Ah. I don't remember what this was for. I think it was just for me exploring this new underwater section, I guess, because I didn't have anything quite like this when I first was playing. So I think that's what that is. It's hard remembering everything. It was so long ago. And I think this just kind of leads up and over to back to where my house is. Yeah, this little trail leads up and over to my house. Which, you know, if you couldn't tell by the giant sticks in the sky, which that was how back then render distance was terrible. So you couldn't see where your house was unless you had a big light. So I made a jack-o'-lantern tower to illuminate my house. It's supposed to be a jack-o'-lantern tower anyways. Yeah, there it is. And this was the first tower I made that I then turned into a diving board. So you go all the way to the top, and this was, at the time, this was the top of the world. So I built this to the very tippity toppity of the world. And then... Whoa. You can see the cutoff, though, is really funny. Seeing the original cutoff for the world. So this was the big diving board, and then I had a smaller diving board there. Basically, you just come, you run over, and you do whee! And into the deep end. I didn't even show you the blue room, did I? I'll show you all the blue room here in a second. This is the other diving board. But this was my relaxation room. So if I ever got... Back in the day, I had really bad anger problems. Like, really bad. Even while playing video games. So, nice calming blue room, I'd come in here and I'd sit and I'd try to let all my anger out by, you know, just assaulting the blue until I felt better. And then, down here, hidden away in the blue room was my little grill. And then we had my secret tunnel. So this was my little mushroom farm. And then we had my original mob spawner. Which I don't know if there's even anything in there, but it's there's zombies. That's my zombie spawner. That used to be a dungeon, and I converted it into that. And then we had my potion room, because I'm a wizard. I've always been a wizard. In all versions of Minecraft, I've always been a wizard. But all my potions, my ingredients, more potions, my nether wart, my brewing stand, my enchantment room, and then my nether portal was all down here in the basement, aka the cavern under my house. Did I ever build anything in here? I don't think I ever did. Watch me spawn in it. At one point I did, because there's a broken nether portal here. Yeah, so I'd come... Now that we had the nether, after the nether reactors stopped working, I made a nether portal in the basement. Oh, interesting. And then I could actually come to the nether and, you know, do nether stuff. Which it was not as good as the PC version, and it definitely wasn't as good as the PC or the console version, because it's Pocket Edition. So I think the only things we really had were we had ghasts, pigmen, and I think that was it. I looked at all the spiders. Maybe there was more. I don't quite remember everything that was in this Pocket Edition version of the Nether. But this was like the main world that I would build on. Though my friends would build this world. Oh, and then obviously, if you couldn't tell, I eventually got a hold of creative mode after a while, and tried to put a end city here, because at the time even though I had creative mode and there were these, my world still didn't have a stronghold at the time. So, and you know, I'd already done everything I'd wanted to do with the world, so I was like, why don't I pop one down? And it clearly didn't work. but yeah, this was my remember what this world was. I think this would eventually be a storage room. But this is what leads to me talking about the pool. This is under the pool. No, it's not. That's a lie. This leads to that cave I was telling you about. That annoying maze of a cave system. See, like I said, it's so it's so convoluted that you get lost in it. But there's another way into that through the pool. This is the cave. This is the mine shaft. So there are different little areas that you could mine in, and at the time, I think I was at the bottom of the world. So then this goes all the way down to bedrock, and then I just started splitting off and strip mining from there. Yeah, so see, I got straight to bedrock and started mining around as best I could. Just kind of strip mining and getting everything that I would like. Make sure I try not to get caught get lost, or get trapped in bedrock. Man, this was the main world that I played in. A lot of good memories here. A lot of good times. And then I've got another world that I also played in a lot, which I'll go to in a second. They're down there so long it became nighttime. Yeah, this was my original Minecraft world for Pocket Edition. I think we should put him to bed. And we'll go to the next one. So the other world that I was in was called Moose. Oh, hello, zombie friend. No, thank you. This was more of the world where I not really experimented with. Well, yeah, I guess experimented with. This is where I would mainly build things. This is like my building world. This is also my experimentation world when I tried to mod a lot of stuff in Minecraft. So this here is my house. You can tell it's an improvement from the Cave 2 world, the main world that I had. Have a lot more materials. It's still almost egg. Yeah, I think at the time after that I got to creative this villager spawning. I think all my villagers died at one point. But I played most of this in survival before, so I'm gonna create to get certain things. Hello, my dog's everywhere. A tree farm. This one I don't remember as much about. Like, while yes, I played it, I played this at a different point in my life that was kind of more, more zoned out, I would say. Keep following me, buddy. It's okay. But for this world, like I said, this was where I kind of modded stuff and would also work on building things. So I built everything in survival. I was starting to build a villager. I remember I was trying to build a villager. But this was like, I would just build things, like statues. I liked building statues at the time. So I did like, I built a Steve, built a bed, built a villager. And this was actually from a mod. So at the time, you could mod Pocket Edition through a couple different apps and then ways to do things. So this was like a minion mod that I had mine huge swaths of dirt and gravel and stuff for me. Just would just do things for me. But for this world, I built Steve. And again, at the time, with the materials I was given, it's a little different now. But I think you can go all the way up to his head and see out his eyes, maybe? Can't remember. But I built this as a child because I was just interested in building it. I can't see out his eyes, but like the inside of Steve's head, pretty much empty, just like mine. But it's the exact dimensions of a player character. Like, if you go pixel by pixel, this is the exact dimensions of a character. Like, of normal Steve. Same with the bed. The bed is also one-to-one scale replica by pixel. By pixel. So, like, what I was doing was I would look at the bed, and I would literally count the pixels. So each pixel is a block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably. Oh, maybe it's not quite to scale. You gotta think though, it was also Childmate. Childmate couldn't count for shit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Yeah. See, I just couldn't count for shit. But you got the space for the bed. You got how the legs work. A broken chest right there. There's not really much in this world. This is kind of more of an actual survival world, less than a roleplay world. And again, you're gonna see these huge chunks of things where I had mods just kind of rip stuff for me, so I could have more materials. Building or what I was doing last time. A lot of coal there. Basically what you would do is you'd run the mod program and it would do what you wanted to do. It would mine for you, it would do all kinds of things. I think over here was spawn. I think this right here was spawn area. Right there where that tower, where that dirt tower is spawn. This was my cobblestone generator. I wonder, does this work still? Ah, sweet. Cobblestone generator. Bed with pumpkins. remember what this was supposed to have been. I think this was going to be an obstacle course. I think I was making an obstacle course at this, or with this. Though I cannot for the life of me remember. This may even have been a farm. Ooh, it's a good knuckle crack. It was either a pig pen or animal pen, or it was a obstacle course, one of the two. This, I don't know what this was. Oh, I think this was my dog house. So like my dogs would sit here and their names would be right there, maybe. It's the only thing I could think that could be, but I'm not. Like I said, I didn't play as much in this world. I played. Get rid of my zombie friend, but it's fine. Peaceful. I don't want to have to keep eating right now while I show you this stuff. I also don't want it to get blown up by creepers. But I did a lot more exploring on this world than I did anything else. But I've always got a compass with me. So I think this dirt tower was exactly spawn. And then we had a little garden here, and I think I just kind of explored this world mainly. Was looking for new blocks. Because I made moose, I think I made it before the nether was added, but after new biomes were added. I think. Don't quote me on that. Because I remember, I think it's around here somewhere. I may have taken it down. I think I may have taken it down. But back then, people would lie on the internet and say that you could get the nether by doing like different things with obsidian. So they'd like make it to the shape of a D and do stuff like that. So I did. I built obsidian in the shape of a capital D, lit it, and then was super disappointed when there was no nether. What is that? No, it's a hole. This is also where I experimented with trying to get to the Aether. Even though the Aether wasn't a thing. I tried the same thing with the Aether. And then obviously now there's a portal, you can get to the nether now in this world. But back then when I played on this version, I don't remember what was in here. I think a villager was in here and I was punishing him for being mean or bad or something. I don't remember. Yeah, this is the village. I think all the villagers are dead, which is why I went into creative that one time and got those spawn eggs. Was so that I could get my villagers back. Because they were just dumb and didn't go inside when the zombies were coming. And so they all died. So you know what? Let's go liven the place up. You know, we got villager spawn eggs. Why don't we put the villagers back in the town? Again, I don't know what these were for. I have no idea what these glass things were for. I cannot for the life of me remember what that was for. I can't get you up, buddy. I'm sorry. I think they were in this chest. Alright, let's get our villagers back. Hello, villagers! Have come back to town! Yay! And you know what? Where's that other one? Where's that villager punishment station at? You know what? We're gonna put one in there just because I think it's funny. No, I think that's exactly what it was. I think the only villager I had was being bad or something, and I put him in a glass box. That or these were for X-ray. I don't remember. You live there now. Congratulations. But yeah, I think this was what was remaining of my main 2 Pocket Edition worlds. And then I got a PlayStation and started playing Minecraft on the PlayStation instead. Which I played a lot of Minecraft on the PlayStation. Like, a lot of Minecraft on the PlayStation. So the next plan will be for another kind of trip down memory lane, will be to get the PlayStation worlds and bring them over to Pocket or to PC version. I swear there was more of this world than just this, but I could be completely wrong. Is there anything in the Nether maybe? We'll go explore over that way, because I think the main place I explored was that one. Oh, hey, there's a stronghold. Cool. Oh, I forgot I'm on Optifine, so I can zoom and do this. That leads to somewhere else. I know it does. I just don't, for the life of me, remember where. I think this puts me in the middle of nowhere, but it's a good thing that I've got my compass, so I can always find home. Let's not do that. Remember, guys, I was playing this on Pocket Edition. Like, I was doing all this on Pocket Edition. And I'm underground. Cool. Apparently I was underground a lot, because there's a lot of broken nether portals here. I think that water leads directly to the surface. Yeah, I think that water is what leads us directly to the surface. Ooh, iron. Ooh, this one. Hello, fishies. And we are in an ice biome. Yes, I remember this. So back then, portals were still broken, and you could still kind of use them today to transport you to other places. But they were broken in the sense that every time you would come out of the nether, even if you used the same portal, you would go into a different area. There's my little Steve face. So as you can see, there's a lot of different portals around here, because every time I'd come back from the nether, a new portal would spawn in a different location. So I think it's like, back then, it might still be now, I haven't really looked into it much, but I think it was like, for every block you traveled in the nether, it was like three or four blocks in the overworld. And so you would, you know, go that whole distance, and then you'd be in somewhere else with a new portal. But then it connects you to, you know, new places. Little cave hole. Da, 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 da. I don't think there's anything really much else in this world that I built. I think it was mainly just all of that over there. Oh, hey, look, a village. If there's no villagers, I've got some village spawn eggs. I can put them back in place. Also, you guys have no idea how long this took me to get these worlds ported over. They kept having issues. And I basically had given up and downloaded Bedrock Edition and tried to import them on there, and I still kept having issues, because, you know, Pocket Edition is Bedrock Edition. So I was having so many issues that I almost gave up, and then, you know, I took and converted it 3 different ways. So I converted it from the Pocket Edition file to a PC Bedrock file, and then I turned that into a Java file, and it finally worked on Java. I kept trying to transfer them from Bedrock, from just the... That's weird. From just the Bedrock to Java, and it just wasn't working. There just kept being issues, it just wasn't loading. It finally worked. Also, Google was not helpful at all. I mean, when is Google ever helpful anymore? But man, these were the 2 main worlds that I played on in Pocket Edition. I had downloaded some more, but I don't think I played on them, because I had a lot of worlds, but most of them were just kind of me messing around, like creative mode, just kind of lighting everything on fire, filling the place with lava, you know, the basic stuff that you do as a Minecraft player. yes, I am using the original texture pack for a reason. I know typically when I do these, I do the Epic Adventures texture pack. But I wanted to kind of give, even though it's... Actually, I don't think I'm on the original texture pack. Here we go. I didn't realize I wasn't even... I forgot that I didn't even put the original texture pack on. But... it's supposed to be the original. Oop. I don't know what that was. I thought it was something that was bad, but it's not. Ooh. Yeah, this was Minecraft as I played it. This was what I did growing up, was how I played Minecraft, because I didn't have a computer at the time, and I didn't have a PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 2, but I didn't have, you know, PlayStation 2s couldn't play Minecraft. Once I finally got a PlayStation 3, why are you all wearing hats? I don't like the fact that you're all wearing hats. Oh, excuse me. No, it wasn't the original texture pack, because they're not wearing hats. I don't know, I still don't like the fact that they're wearing hats. They're gross. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a peek into the child me's brain and building the Minecraft worlds. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Sorry, I didn't realize I had a bunch of text messages that I didn't respond to. It's 3 o'clock. Now, what I might do is I'm going to take probably like a quick 5-10 minute break and then pop on over to the normal Minecraft Relax and Chill world and kind of work on building some more of the stuff over there that we were working on. And I kind of plan to eventually, well, not eventually, but the plan for that world is, if anyone is questioning how that Relax Chill world works, is it's just how I unwind for the day, as well as just whatever I feel like building. So currently I'm building kind of like quote-unquote realistic looking buildings for a village. I do plan to build more stuff like this, so like statues and beds and villager statues and random goofy things as well, because, you know, I have Cosmo the rubber ducky and the barn and the thing. I do plan to build more colorful stuff over there, because I like building colorful stuff. It's more fun. Little guy just over there. But I want to finish up the village and things at a time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick, probably 5-10 minute break, use the bathroom, grab something to drink, and I will be on the main Relax and Chill world soon. So if you guys want to stick around for that, I will be back. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to Minecraft Relax and Chill. This is the main world, as you all know, where we're currently working on building ourselves a little village. These pillars are where hot air balloons are going to go. We currently got the cartographer's house, the blacksmith's house, and the temple for the priest, as well as the priest's house, which is back through here. And looks like a little mausoleum. Next up is I actually don't know what else to build next. I know last time we were actually building a storage place for my house, proper house. I think we'll build the bridge next. And well, all these other things are like serious, like nicely built. I kind of want to build like a little, just fun little goofy bridge. This is 1.20, 1.11, so I don't think any of the new cushions or anything are in this game, or any of the new slabs or anything like that. So, which is fine. I can work with what I've got. I always have. That's just what version of Optifine I have, because I use Optifine for the shaders that it has with it. Plus, with this texture pack, it just makes everything really nice and pretty. In my opinion, anyways, everything looks nice and pretty. Though my friends like to complain and say that it's too much. What do you guys think? And I guess my next question is if you guys think I should rotate texture packs and put on either like the cartoony texture pack from like PlayStation or console version of Minecraft, or if I should find a different texture. My hair is like inside my ear. So why is this green? 1 second. What are you? Disable dual output. Am I streaming doubly right now? Wait a second. I've been streaming to both normal Minecraft as well as shorts. 1 second. Channel. Currently live streaming normally without shorts. No? Huh. Strange. I don't know why it was saying that I was streaming to vertically for YouTube Shorts. That was weird. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for texture packs, definitely let me know. I'm more than happy to change texture packs. Now, I have built everything in this world with this texture pack, so it definitely gets some getting used to seeing it in a different way. Especially if it changes the colors of the blocks. I know some of them definitely change how the blocks look entirely. So, I'd rather not start building out of, blue, purple, and pink with wool and whatever, and then have it, like, turn it back to a different texture pack that would be completely different. Oh no, we had finished it last time. That was what it was. I need to get more chat. We'll finish it, but we were working on finishing it. So I ran out of wool. I just need to get more chests put in for them so they have. They're not worried about running out of room yet. And this one up here is unfortunately just stuck in purgatory until I get these chests sorted out. Yes. As for what we should do next, any suggestions, guys? And if not, that's fair too. Also, I need to make sure I turn the volume back down. That way you guys can hear me, but also enjoy the music still. Because I enjoy the music a lot with Minecraft. That's kind of why this series is the way that it is I typically don't talk as much, but it's also middle of the day instead of like late at night when most people typically watch this to fall asleep with. So, I mean, unless you're taking a midday nap, at which point enjoy the sounds of my voice as well as the sounds of Minecraft. But I think if we don't build the bridge, we've got to build, let's see, blacksmith, cartographer, priest. Windmill. We're gonna put the farmer over. The farmer's gonna have his, because he's gonna be with the barn, and then his little field will be over there. I honestly should probably start kind of flattening this area out. That way I can build more. It's like I like keeping the natural flow of the land, but you know, it gets to a point where you start running out of places to build. Don't have enough space. And I don't have a shovel. Excuse me. Sticks. Shovel. We're gonna. That's our little cave. We're gonna just go ahead and start flattening out. I'm gonna start working on this area and going from here. So we're gonna just kind of go. Excuse me, cows. Excuse me, cow. Thank you. Not doing too there. I don't know. Oh, I was like, why did that block float because of grass there? Oh well. I really don't want to fill in the gorge. We can fill in a little bit of it, I guess. Just a little bit. My safety house is still down there, so when the villagers, if they get stuck, have a little place that they can go. Cool. Well, I confused myself and go ahead and start filling it in, I guess. Excuse me, sheepy. I say, excuse me, sheepy. Our sheep don't listen. Oh well. So for those of you who are new to this version of Relax and Chill, I tend to not say much on this one, as it's mainly just focused on building and just kind of, like I said, relaxing. It's not as high energy as a lot of my other content is, as you guys know. I mean, the ones of you who have been here the longest kind of know how the rest of my content is. Very high energy, high maintenance, like hairs in my eye. But for this one, I mainly just kind of just vibe with everybody and just kind of, well, like it says, relax and chill. Need more dirt. Do I have any more dirt back at the house? I might. We're just gonna sleep in the cartographer's house for now. Once the village is ready, I plan to bring, I do plan to bring the villagers from, there's a village over there, bring them over here. That way I can populate the village. So I don't think any of them over there have jobs, and if they do, that's great. It means that I don't have to worry about putting the thing down that they need to have a job. Well, unless I trade with, well, no, because I'd have to trade with them. But anyways, besides the point. Excuse me. I don't plan to really build much more over there because I like how the natural it looks over there. But yeah, let's go see if we got any dirt. That way we can, you know, help if you guys could probably hear me. I didn't realize how low the mic was because I moved it away. I also didn't realize how softly I was talking till just now. Apologies about that, guys. If I did just get louder for you, I am so sorry. But the goal is to keep the world as pretty as possible while building wonderful things. While also not using tutorials, I guess. I like to make things from my own imagination. Everything that's in this world currently is something that I've built in my own eager imagination. Got a little cave over there, but it's mainly for cobblestone and ores. I need to go find a quarry or make a quarry somewhere. Probably back that way somewhere. Who knows? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, almost 6 stacks of dirt. It's not too bad. Is there any dirt over here that I can get to easily? I think there may have been some through here. I don't have my seeing torch. I'll steal one from in here, I guess. Oh, that's lava, that's not. I'm so used to having my seeing torch, I can't believe I didn't bring it with me. Seeing torch. Perfect. Haha, dirt. somewhere. How much dirt run we got? We had almost 5 stacks of dirt. Probably not gonna get too much from it. Maybe a stack and a half. Maybe. Maybe 2 stacks. We'll see. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? Oh, 2 stacks and 56. Not bad. Let's see if there's any more down here just before we leave to make sure that I'm not, you know, missing out on anything. That was when I was mining something else, but it's gone now. Is that some dirt up there? That also might be leading directly to the surface because we're down deep. We're not that far down deep. Perfect. Not bad, not bad. Keep going down a little bit further just to see. Yes. I mean, there's always going to be dirt around here somewhere. It's a cave. I'm not going to sit here and take all of dirt, but I'm going to at least go to my shovel breaks. Is typically what I try to do. Go to my utensil breaks. My utensil? My tool? Yes, I'm using a spoon to shovel dirt. Thank you very much. We definitely got a lot, which is good. I doubt it's going to be enough to fill up everything, but it's, you know, probably at least enough to get that area flattened out at least a little bit. You know, while we're here, always need some more iron. That's not the way we came from. There it is. I removed the dirt that was there. That's what confused me. We almost have 10 stacks of dirt, which is good. So that might be more than enough. So I think I gotta figure out what I want to build next, because I don't really know. But I do want to have a kind of... It's kind of hard to build in a very hilly area. As much as I want to keep as much of the natural terrain. It's like I don't plan to build anything on that mountain range at all. I don't plan to get rid of that mountain range. None of that, because that's like my My house is there, and I get a big, beautiful view of the sun setting when I go to sleep. Excuse me. I don't really want to cover up the gorge either, because I just think it's funny having a gorge next to a village. What that glitch was. Sorry about that. Stream still up? Yep, stream still up. Cool. That's all that matters. The stream didn't go down. Nope, we've definitely been having internet issues recently, so wouldn't surprise me if the internet was just kind of being a jerkwad. See a torch, put it on your porch. See a torch, put it in a hallway. See a torch, get it washes away. See a torch, that'll be $25. That's where a bootleg of safety torch. My eyes are killing me. I don't know if I slept good last night or not. I don't really think I did. It's really hard to tell how well I sleep anymore. But it is what it is. New medication, cutting out as much caffeine as possible, which I'm doing really good at, by the way. I haven't been drinking as many Dr. Peppers. I don't know if you guys noticed, but for a while there I was drinking that zero sugar Sprite. So 0 calories, no sugars, no caffeine. Trying to be good, and it's just not. Some days you slip, like right now. Now I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper, but you know, it is what it is. At least I'm not drinking them every single day like I was. So this is our line. Honestly, what I might end up doing is filling this in and then hopping off. I think I'm more tired than I thought I was. Typically, I don't really fall asleep while playing Relax and Chill, but like, it's honestly feeling really hard to keep my eyes open right now. Go ahead and block this off too, that way I've got kind of a rough idea of where I'm stopping with digging next time I get back on. And then I can fill that in. I just have this little, this big old section right here. Because what I'll probably do is fill it. Honestly, I might fill this entire little section in. So like, basically right there. Yeah. That way it's still got little tiers, and I can put a little path through here. Gonna go through, but have it be more flat, but still keep kind of the natural landscape as best I can. That'd be cool. Excuse me. end it for today's stream, guys. Kind of a little short. I might stream a little bit later tonight or maybe tomorrow. We're gonna see how things go. There should be a new video uploaded